Hi guys, Beverly here, and today I am at the Hilton in Gainesville, Florida, the university one near the University of Florida, and they have a really nice gym here, so I wanted to share this with you, what they have. They have a cable machine, some medicine balls, nice set of dumbbells, benches of course. They've got some leg machines, so that's what we're going to go over today. Because they have a good quad extension, hamstring curl I like, regular cardio machines, and then over in the corner, I don't know if you can see, they have real spin bikes. So this is a good time to get in some real cycling indoors. If you have a chance to get here and you really like to cycle, it's a good opportunity to get that in. So, all right, I'm starting with some cardio. I'm gonna run a little bit today. So my running 10 minutes is my warm-up. I warmed up for 3 minutes walking, and then I ran the next 7. I've already done one round. But now I'm gonna go straight back and run for 10 minutes. May try to bump it up just a little bit on the speed from the first time. And then we're gonna start with the leg machines on the leg press. So I'll catch back up with you then. All right, here we are at the leg press. And this is just like any other leg press. I've done a leg press video before. But anytime I'm at a gym that has a leg press, I try to utilize it because there are so few and far between. Sometimes we get the Smith machine. We've talked about all this before. Those are all good, but this is what we're going to use today. And so there's always a couple of different adjustments, but usually the seat moving forward and back is one of the main ones. Make sure this is locked in. So it's locked in. And then changing the weight. I'm going to add a little bit from the last time. And then I'm just going to do standard leg presses. Oh, getting in here is hard because it starts you a little bit deeper than a regular squat. So I get my feet squared up, belly tight, push my back against the bench. I'm not using my hands. And I don't want to lock my knees. This is bad, so don't do that. Keep them softly bent. And come back. Keep a little bit of wiggle in your toes. And you want to push with your heel and the ball of your foot. And I'm going to try to do 15. Breathe in as you come back and out as you push. And pardon the sweat in the hair. It's a little crazy, I know. I think this is 12. And 15. And while it's out, I'm going to go ahead and adjust my feet to the bottom and do calf raises. So I may end up getting like 20 or 25 reps of those. And I did 15 reps on my first set. What I usually try to do is I go up on weight, and then I may not be able to get 15 reps on the next set. I may get 12. And then the third set, I'll go up again, and I may only be able to get 10. But as long as I'm between that 10 and 15, and that I've challenged myself, that's the main goal. All right, these are starting to burn, so I'll do a few more. Ooh. And then the last one I like to do on these leg press machines are inner thighs. These are good for men as well because they help strengthen the glutes and inner thighs, but ladies, you know we have that special inner thigh pouch that we want to get rid of, so it's always good. And again, I'm pushing with my heels this time. My toes are off of the bench or platform. I'm not pushing with my hands, they're just there. And make sure you don't lock your knees. You might get a couple more. And that's it for those. So that's the leg press. All right. Let me show you right here on the description here. This leg press machine, see where it does leg extension and leg curl. That's why I really wanted to show you this one today, because it does both. So we're gonna start out with the leg extension or quad extension. That might be what you're used to hearing. So I've already adjusted the back pad. You wanna adjust the back pad so that your knee joint lines up to the joint of the machine so that they're pivoting at the same spot. That's why you would move the seat forward or back. Now, this roller, I want it to be all the way down to my ankles. I could adjust this one a little bit. That would be too tall for me. Kind of medium height is good. I did 70 pounds last time. I want to try 80. Whew, this time. Let's see. And I go all the way up and squeeze my quads really tight. Move this just a little bit. No, I don't like that as much. Kind of need a 1.5. It's okay. You just find the best spot for you. They are designed to fit anyone, any height. Here, this is tickling me over here. Whew. And again, exhale on the way up. Big deep breath in on the way down. I think I can get you more. Burns. And then all I have to do to turn it into the hamstring curl or leg curl is to pull this handle and move it down. And I need to find, again, the right position. And that is good. Oh, I can go all the way up there. So it's all the way up. Now I'm going to curl all the way under the seat. And this time I'm exhaling as I curl down. You always exhale on the exertion. Don't be afraid to make noises. It's okay. It means you're working hard. I think that was 8. I'm going to try to get 4 more. Yes, that burns. And that is the leg extension and leg curl machine. So, good job. So my next exercise is called a static lunge. Now, this is different than the stationary lunge because this is starting from a dead position on the floor. So it's going to be a little bit harder. So I recommend putting a mat under your knee, and the way you get yourself set up is exactly like this. So your knee should be directly under your hip here, and I like to have my toe off of the mat, and then my front foot off of the mat here. Luckily, this is a good width of a mat for me to do that. Otherwise, you may need to be on the whole mat to get this set up, because you definitely want your ankle to be right up under your knee here, and you want your toe to be off the mat. I just like either to be on or off. Does that make sense? You could just put a pad under your knee, and that's fine. You don't have to use a whole mat, or a roll of a towel put under your knee is fine. But I don't know, I guess I'm kind of weird like that, that if I'm off, I want to be off. If I'm on, I want to be on. So, I'm set up here. Everything's square, my belly is tight, facing forward. And I'm going to do a shoulder press at the same time. So the leg that is back is the arm that I'm going to do my shoulder press with. So I'm facing this wall, my belly's tight, and I'm going to put my other hand on my shoulder. You'll see that in a minute. Belly's tight, and I push up equally with my front heel and my back toe. Now I'm trying to come back and land in the exact same spot every time. window washing back there, so pardon the noise. So while I catch my breath, because any leg exercise is going to be a really good heart rate elevator. So give me a minute to catch my breath. But what I want to talk about while I'm doing that is a couple of things you don't want to do to make sure that you have good form. And again, like I always say, don't be afraid to look at yourself in the mirror. You're not being vain. You want to have good form. So a couple things is, I do these a lot of times even without a mat, but I make sure that I lower slowly and just barely tap my knee on the floor. You don't ever want to bang your knee on the floor. So whether you have a mat or not, don't just slam your knee down. Control. That way you're getting work on the way up and on the way down. But another thing for form, you don't want to scoop, I call it, where you lean forward and scoop. You lean forward and back. You want to make sure your core is tight and that you're pushing straight up that heel and back toe there before you shift that way. Oh, I'm looking over. It's hard to balance looking at you. I should be focusing forward. You can always put your foot down if you need to, but I like to work on balance when I can. So, and then back and lower slowly. So remember, don't scoot forward. Always keep your body nice and tight, straight up. Again, I can't look at you and balance at the same time. I've not been drinking, I swear. So, my heart rate's down a little bit. I'll get mine on this side. I'm not gonna film all that, but do your same number of reps with the same weight. So remember, it's always good to do the weak side first. That way, if you can only do 10 on the weak side, you only do 10 on the good side, okay? Good job. Exercises I'm doing today are leg raises, and I'm gonna use the bench for it. So I can hold on. I'm gonna scoot my butt all the way to the end, where it's almost hanging off. Lay all the way back and hold on to the bench. Straight legs. I'm gonna lower them down until they're parallel. Pick them up and lift those hips at the top. Back so I don't fall off the bench like I almost did last time. So that was 12. Again, somewhere between 10 and 20 on those are fine. So, and if you can't do them with straight legs yet, you can do bent knees, and that'll be a little bit easier on your back until you build up the strength to do those straight legs. So side shoulder raises with dumbbells, and there's 10 pounds, then there's 5 pounds. So I'm gonna try to do as many as I can with the 10 pounds. That's kind of heavy for these. But if I can't get at least 10, I'll drop down to the 5 pounds and finish my set. Two more. And I want to give a little pause at the top so that I know I'm in control. All right, good job. Next exercise is going to be reverse flies on the cable machine. So I already got it set up at shoulder height, so you can do the adjustments up or down. I've got it on the lightest weight because the next weight would be 15. That might be too heavy. I'm gonna try it and see. It's always worth a shot. So I'm gonna cross my hands and grab opposite, belly tight, shoulder height. Okay, I can do this. Because again, 15 pounds isn't really 15 pounds because of the pulleys. So don't really count on those numbers as being the exact weight that you're lifting. But again, I want to keep those arms straight, but softly bent. And my main focus is squeezing those rear deltoids. And get 2 more. Oh my goodness. Those burn the back of the shoulders, but they're so good. So that weight was okay. Hey, it's worth giving it a shot, right? All right, good job. Next exercise, I'm gonna use a medicine ball. This is a 6 pound. Anywhere between 6 and 10 is probably gonna be okay. You wanna be able to squeeze it between your knees. This is gonna be really good for core and mobility. So I'm gonna put it between my knees. Scoot here so you can see. And I'm gonna try to keep my knees directly above my hips. That's gonna make me keep my belly engaged there. Keep those arms down. And I'm trying my best to keep my shoulders down. So let my knees drop over to one side and then back up and over. And you don't want those shoulders to come up on the opposite side. That's why it helps with mobility, because it helps open those shoulders up, helps loosen your back up, all while doing some good core work. Love these. Notice I turn my head and look at the opposite hand as well. And that helps keep those shoulders down as I'm focusing on it, because otherwise the shoulder wants to go the same direction as my knees. Trying to make sure it stays down. But it also helps with some neck mobility as well. All right, 2 more.